Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist, he was an innovator. When it comes to his fighting style, there's something that set him apart from every other fighter: his ability to blend efficiency, speed, and adaptability in a way that no one had done before. But what exactly made Bruce Lee's fighting style so unique? Today, we're breaking down the key elements that made Bruce Lee a legend in the martial arts world. First and foremost, Bruce Lee's fighting style was defined by his incredible speed. But it wasn't just about how fast he could move, it was about how quickly he could strike and react. Lee mastered the ability to close the distance between him and his opponent in the blink of an eye. His lightning-fast punches and kicks weren't just about power, they were about the precision and timing of when they landed. Lee understood that the key to a successful attack wasn't just strength, it was quickness and surprise. Another aspect that made Lee's style unique was his adaptability. Unlike traditional martial arts, which often adhered strictly to specific forms and techniques, Bruce Lee's style allowed him to adapt to any situation. He was a master at reading his opponent's movements and reacting accordingly, constantly adjusting his approach based on what was happening in the moment. His style wasn't limited to any one martial art. It was a fusion of techniques from various disciplines: boxing, Wing Chun, fencing, wrestling, and even street fighting. All of these influenced Lee's movements, making his fighting style highly dynamic and unpredictable. One of the most significant factors that made Bruce Lee's fighting style so effective was his focus on economy of motion. Every move he made had a purpose. He wasn't about making unnecessary moves or relying on flashy techniques. He was all about doing what was necessary to get the job done. Whether it was a punch, a kick, or a block, each movement was executed with efficiency and precision. Bruce Lee knew that in a fight, there was no room for wasteful action. Simplicity was key, and his style embodied that perfectly. Perhaps the most iconic aspect of Bruce Lee's style was his emphasis on mental clarity. Lee believed that a fighter's mind had to be just as sharp as their body. In the heat of combat, a fighter had to stay calm, focused, and adaptable. Bruce Lee often said, "Absorb what is useful, discard what is not." This principle wasn't just about combat techniques. It was about maintaining a clear, calm mind that could quickly adjust to any situation. Lee's fighting style was as much about mental strategy as it was about physical technique. Lastly, Bruce Lee's fighting style was marked by an unpredictability that kept his opponents on edge. He didn't follow a set pattern or routine. His strikes were delivered from various angles, his movements were fluid and fast, and his ability to change direction mid-fight made him a nightmare for opponents. This unpredictability was a result of his philosophy of being like water, constantly adapting to the circumstances and flowing with the fight.